Aside from Manny Pacquiao, ang isa sa boksingero na pinaka-idol ko talaga, no? Aside kay Manny Pacquiao ay itong si Nonito Donaire. Ngayong gabi po, no, pag-uusapan natin si Nonito as our main topic. At ang tanong ko lang sa inyo, ikaw na nanonood ka ngayon, ano? At kung gusto mong malaman ko ano sa tingin ko na future, tayo parang Madam Auring tayo ngayon. Pero, alam mo, again, gaya na sinabi ko, no, aside from Manny Pacquiao, Nonito Donaire, isa sa pinaka-idol ko na boksingero. I was very impressed. Personally, I watched him in the Philippines. And syempre, actually, isang beses ko lang siya napanood ng live. Very unfortunate, but at least napanood ko siya ng live. And actually, napaisip ako bigla. Because Nonito Donaire has accomplished too much, or not too much, a lot already in boxing. So sabi ko, naisip ko, laban na ni Nonito Donaire sa June 7 po yung laban niya against the monster Inoue. And Nonito Donaire, not getting any younger. He is, I believe that he's 39 years old. And he's fighting a prime fighter. He's fighting arguably top 3 pound per pound in boxing today. And he was already a 4-division champ. He has knockouts of the year. And ang dami ng accolades ni Nonito Donaire. Ang tanong ko dito sa sarili ko, sa mga fan ni Nonito Donaire, hanggang saan at hanggang kailan at ano pa ba ang kayang abutin ni Nonito Donaire sa kanyang karera sa boxing? Yan po yung pag-uusapan natin. At bago ko sabihin, syempre, shout out, comment at mag-countdown muna tayo. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell para lagi kang updated sa kwentuhan. Bago ka matulog, pagkagising mo sa tanghali, pag nagsisiesta, alam mo na, sports lang, walang pikunan, ha? At mag-countdown muna tayo. Shout out po sa inyo lahat, comment na. Ilang ganito, ilang set? Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. What's up? Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. At ito ang ating final live ngayong gabi. Sobrang init. Dalawang magkasunod na araw na ako po ay very hyped, very appreciative, very inspired. Alam mo kung bakit ako inspired, pare. And salamat sa mga solid na nag-uubos ng oras para makinig kay Pau Salud ng Powcast Sports. At alam mo, sabi ni YouTube sa akin at saka ni Facebook, karamihan daw ng nanonood sa akin, at least 30% pa ay hindi nakasubscribe. So baka nakakalimutan mo lang, pindutin yung subscribe. Pindutin mo na, pati yung notification bell. Sabi ni YouTube yan nung nag-usap kami. Tapos, sabi din ni YouTube, kung nagugustuhan mo daw yung ating show, pwede daw kayong magpasalamat sa content creator. Sabi ni YouTube, pwede daw kayo mag-send ng super chat, super sticker, membership, pati sa Facebook, ganun din. Meron din siyang stars. Alam mo, hindi nyo ba napapansin sa aking logo, may star? May star. Dito pala, star. Kasi mahilig ako sa star. Kaya sendan nyo lang ako na star sa Facebook. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Pau Salud, Powcast Sports, and I'm your host as usual. 159. Shout out muna tayo sa mga kababayan natin dyan na mahilig ang topic natin, at least ang main topic natin. Pero alam mo naman kung saan napupunta yung topic natin, basta sa sports. Ang topic, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, what more can he achieve in boxing? Pinag-uusapan natin ito because we wanna hype his fight Naoya Inoue, one of the biggest fights for Filipino boxing. And the fact of the matter is, if he wins this one, para bang napapaisip ka lalo, pag nanalo siya dito, parang pwede pa marami pang pwedeng marating itong si Nonito Donaire, even at 39 years old. Si Pacquiao nga eh. Inom muna ako. Shoutout muna tayo. Shoutout. Hashtag Powcast. Bago tayo magsimula, papadami muna tayo ng viewers. Mas maganda pag mas marami. Alam mo, sabi ng ibang tao, Sir, parang ang tahimik ng boxing ngayon. Parang ang tahimik. Tahimik ba yung boxing? Comment nyo nga, nalulungkot ba kayo sa boxing ngayon? Kasi wala daw si Nonito. Medyo tahimik nga, no? Pero, nasa na yung mga vloggers dyan, ha? Yung mga vloggers na nagsisilabasan nung, nasa na kayo? Mag-live kayo ngayon. Mag-content kayo ng boxing. Nawawala pa sila. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Babarig din niya si General Casimero. Babalik ulit ng init. At tayo mag-aaway-away uli. Pero habang hindi pa tayo nag-aaway, nandito ang totoo. Nandito ang original. Nandito ang tatagal. Powcast Sports nangan sa kalam. Yan. Shoutout po sa inyo. Mahalika at they better make him pound for pound number 1 if he knocks out Naoya Inoue. I got that from you. The idea about tahimik ang boxing, I got that from you. Na yung tahimik kasi walang nag-aaway eh. Pero minsan namimiss talaga natin. Again, sabi ko kay huwag ka mag-alala. It's gonna come. But for a while, hanggang ngayon, ako muna mag-iingay. Yung ingay ko, ito yung ingay na to that will, sana will retain the boxing fans kahit na wala masyadong away. Shoutout, ito na yung mga shoutout natin. Nako, dumami kagad. Nahuli ako ng pagbabasa. Unahin ko muna sa taas at bibilisan ko yung pagbabasa. Jerry Gomez, Bobby as usual, si Rob 2 hanggang dulo na walang hanggan. Local Filipino boxing updates. Hinyaga, last stop na yung 150 na ayon sa kanya. RC Beginner, Thomas Workstation. Magandang gabi, shout out Hinyaga. Nagpadala ng stars. What's up? Good evening, boss. Pa-shoutout naman dyan sa mga guard na naka-duty ngayon sa Western Digital ng Binyan, Laguna. Western Digital, Binyan, Laguna. Shout out. Hello. Yung mga nakakita sa akin sa labas, minsan kasi natatakot ako eh. 2 beses na, naglalakad ako sa malapit sa amin. May motor na tumabi. Yung isang motor, nagpakilala naman. Pero yung isang motor, nakatitig lang sa akin, nakangiti. Siyempre, hindi man ako natakot. Dire-diretso lang ako. Baka sabihin nyo sa plado, mag-boom-boom pow kayo para alam ko na boom-boom pow! Si Powcast pala yun. O kaya sa Powcast nyo ako kilala. Good evening, boss. Shout out sa mga taga-Western Digital dyan. Binyan, Laguna. May discount ba? Kaso layo, punta pa ako dyan. Sir Pau! Nako, napindot. Sir Pau, kayo ang tatanungin ko bago ko basahin ko muna dito. Gaano po kayo confident na mananalo si Champ Donaire this time? Not gonna be easy. So the real talk is it's gonna be a hard fight. Sobrang hirap na laban. And alam yan ni Nonito Donaire. Sabi ni Maharlika, they better make him a pound for pound if he knocks out Naoya Inoue. They should, man. I have that's the only way that he's gonna win here. Subukan mo nang maging undisputed sa 108 tapos whether or not he succeed basta maganda ang performance and get over title at 115. Teka, talagang mataas pa ang hiling ng mga tao. Let's make this video an inspiration for Nonito Donaire and his camp to challenge him. Gusto ko rin makita yung mga bashers. Para naman mapahiya sila. Pag nanalo kay Inoue, please retired. Nako, para mas maganda. Last impression, sabi ni Jeffrey Tahimik na. Pag walang Filipinos sa card? Wala na kasi si Pacquiao, tahimik na Pinoy. Ako na lang maingay dito. Medyo inactive yung mga sikat na Pinoy kaya wala ganong content. Shoutout Bro Pau, Dr. Alvin Vlogs kasi ganun talaga. Kaya we also are kumbaga medyo venture din tayo back to the other sports that we love. Love you all. Bibilisan ko na ha kasi hindi ako may hinanda ako ditong bullet points eh. What up, Stag Hill? Ayan na naman sila. Andito naman ang mga kaibigan natin. Nandito na si Stag Hill. Nandito rin si Jose Peña Olanan. Shout out from Montalban daw, Tom's Workstation. Lalabas ko na, papakita ko na muna. Dumami kagad eh. Kala ko maaabutan ko yung mga comment eh. Di pala. Ang bibilis. Sir Pao! Bakit wala pa laban si Jasper at si Pagara? Go Donaire! Mananalo talaga si Nonito. Ngayon, taga Mupa sa Bato, Sir Pao. Nako, kailangan ko ng matibay-tibay na kampit. Sir Pao, shoutout mo naman. Mahal ko si Amy Pogoy. Amy, mahal ka doon ni John Louie. Rico Gomez. Okay, let's do this. Kung mukha lang ang patatamaan mo kay Nonito Donaire, imposible mo siyang mapabaksak. Makunad din yung paa niya na kayanan niya mga suntok ng featherweight yun sa bantamweight. Okay, let me tell you this, okay? Let me tell you. Let me just teach you a little bit something about the Filipino Flash, okay? At thank you to my friends at Wikipedia for reminding me. Sana updated tong Wikipedia. Itong si Nonito Donaire, known as the Filipino Flash, has been on top of his game for, I think, 3 decades na. Tanda na rin. Pero, talaga naman pati yung mga bata ngayon, mga prime fighter ngayon, pinapatumba pa rin niya. I don't need to tell you who they are, but Nonito Donaire has proven that he still got what it takes to be a champion. He is still the champion, WBC champion, no? Pero before we talk about the future of this guy, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, we need to appreciate what he has done so far in boxing. And then mamaya pag-usapan natin yung mga favorite fight nyo kay Nonito Donaire. Dito tribute, baka sabihin nyo tribute This is just an inspiration para malaman nyo na I think, and naaalala ko pa yung aming usapan ni Nonito, doon sa UFC gym sa Alabang, nag-training siya doon dati. Sayang nga, hindi siya nag-training dito. Nakasingit sana ako nakasingit ng interview or footage man lang. Paulit-ulit yon hanggang sa sunod na laban niya. Yung mga footage na yan, yung mga photos na yan, sangkatudak, nag-iipong ka na. Kasi bihira mo lang makakasama yung mga ganyang legend ng boxing. Multiple world champion in 4 weight classes from flyweight to featherweight. Yan po si Nonito Donaire. Pwede ba mag-super featherweight? Parang mahirap na yata. Medyo payata talaga si Nonito Donaire, no? In addition, he is the oldest boxer in history to become a bantamweight world champion. Donaire holds the distinction of being the first 3-time champion in that weight class, which is, of course, yung bantamweight. Ang tindi pala nito ni Nonito, pare. Alam mo ba that he has also held world champions across 3 consecutive decades? That's the year 2000, year 2010, year to 2020. Kung ikaw ay 20 years old, hindi ka pa pinapanganak, ha? Champion. Ano na yan? Champion na yan si Nonito Donaire. Ganyan po ka-legit itong si Nonito Donaire. At sa mga, alam mo ngayon, I think everyone knows how to appreciate and they should appreciate Nonito. Tama na yung mga kalokohan na yan, So anyway, and also, papakita ko lang ang kasama niya pala dun sa mga 3 decades champion. Of course, kasama na si Manny Pacquiao dyan. Siyempre, Evander Holyfield, Manny Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, Eric Morales, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Abay, matindi, in total, alam mo, Donaire has held 9 world titles by the main 4 boxing sanctioning bodies. Siyempre, plus may IBO pa pala siya. Aba, teka, may Ring Magazine din. Ay, dako. Iba, at saka he's ranked as the best boxer of all time. Then, kasama rin po siya sa listahan na yan. Siyempre, yung knockout of the year niya, na 2 yan. So, hindi ito basta-basta na actually if you ask me, Nonito Donaire is You can all argue with me about, Pancho Villa, about the other boxers, about Flash Elorde. I think so far, Nonito Donaire is I think, the second to Manny Pacquiao in terms of achievement. Sa akin po, agree, disagree, i-comment nyo lang dyan kung bakit. So, yan po yung achievement ni Nonito Donaire. At he currently has 42 wins, 60 defeats, and no draw. Wala pa pala siyang draw, no? So, baka magka-draw pa na. Kailangan pa magka-draw. And of course, yung laban niya po, is with Inoue in June 7. Naku, kinakabahan din ako dito eh. But if he surpassed this one, alam mo, if he surpassed this one, parang sky's the limit pa for Nonito Donaire. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is not gonna be an easy fight. WBC, WBA, IBF Championship, Unified Championship. This is not gonna be easy for Nonito Donaire, and I know he knows this. Okay, so it's time for me to talk about what I feel, kung ano pa yung kayang gawin ng 39 years old na Nonito Donaire. And mamaya kakausapin ko kayo. Ngayon, eye to eye, because what I wanna say comes from the heart and from what I know. Hindi na lingid sa kaalaman natin na si Nonito Donaire is one of the guys that has probably the most experience now in the bantamweight division. Hindi na rin lingid sa atin na ang boxing po ay ito po ay sports na mga bata. Well, actually, halos lahat naman ng sport para sa mga bata yan eh. And alam din natin at alam ko din na Nonito Donaire, the reason why he's still fighting, probably not entirely for money, because I'm sure he has built his empire, because ang dami niya ng championship, ang dami, sigurado ako may naipon ng pera yan eh. If it's just money, then I'm sure you can get that somewhere else, or having business. Bakit ka magpapakahirap? Just like Manny Pacquiao. Diba? But of course, hanap ng katawan nila yan eh. The thing is, all I'm trying to say is that a fighter fights because they still wants to fight. Naaalala ko yung mga boxer na sinasabi nila, I'm retiring but I'm coming back, because nangangati yan. And aside from nangangati at gusto makipag-boxing, they wanna achieve more. Kasi kung gusto lang nila ang boxing, di easy fight lang, no? Punta-punta sa gym. And boxers such as Nonito Donaire, I'm sure, this guy wants to do more than what he has already done. Keep walking. Parang Johnny Walker, no? They want to achieve more. And again, these are the kind of guys that I look up to. Just like Manny Pacquiao, he do things that you think he cannot do. So, ito yung mga ganitong boxers. They want to achieve more in their career. They're not yet satisfied. And that's why they're fighting the best of the best. Naoya Inoue is the best. It'll be a tough, scary fight, but I have faith in Nonito, sabi ni Martin. Beware of old man in profession where men usually die young. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Diego, for saying that. All I'm just trying to say here is that, it's hard when your body gets old and your mind just wants more. But the thing is, Nonito Donaire has taken care of his body, and very few athletes, and I'm saying this, very few athletes can compete at a high level at an advanced age. 39 years old, knocking out 20 plus years old, 30 years old prime boxers. Come on. Discipline, hard work, motivation, and syempre, he still has goals. I know that he wants to be undisputed, and I will. And he's been telling that to, I think, most of the interviews, especially in the past. He failed once in his first try to conquer Naoya Inoue, and I know that if he conquered Naoya Inoue the second time around, parang feeling ko kasi mas pinakamahirap to si Naoya Inoue, at least so far, no? We don't know what's gonna happen in the fight. Wag naman sana, baka mahirap, baka ma-injured, baka magkaroon ng problema. But if he surpassed the mountain that is Naoya Inoue, the monster that is Naoya Inoue, I think he can be an undisputed world champion. No disrespect to the other world champion, but Paul Butler and Nonito Donaire, come on, man. That should be an easier work than Naoya Inoue. If he get past, ulitin ko, if he gets past the monster. And I've been saying this. I mean, if Nonito Donaire's camp is watching, sabi ko nga I asked this to kay Rachel, no? Paano ba papalakasin yung tiyan? I mean, talagang patibayin dapat yung tiyan or ilagan dapat yung tiyan. Dahil yan talaga yung yan talaga yung kalakasan talaga ni Naoya Inoue. But again, I'm telling you guys, I see a bright future. Inside the boxing ring. Even if he gets defeated by kay Naoya Inoue, which lamang lang ng konti si Naoya. But if he wins against Naoya, he's gonna be undisputed. If he wins against Naoya Inoue, he's gonna be undisputed. If he doesn't win against Naoya Inoue, and if he loses badly, then he would reevaluate. What other goal does he want? He wants the 115. 115. And I think he can get that because the last time he said na kaya naman niyang kuhanin yung 115. And sa 115, I think basta mas maliit sa kanya, kayang-kaya niya yan eh. Sino ba naman yung magcha-challenge sa kanya sa 115? Estrada? Martinez? Oyoka? I think he can conquer that. The 115. But the key to 115 is actually and probably kasi pag talo siya dito sa laban kay Naoya Inoue, parang mas mahirap i-convince yung 115 to give him a crack at the title. So he needs to win this one. Agree? Agree ba kayo dyan? Kasi pag natalo siya dito, 1-1 sa 118 kay Naoya Inoue, then pipila siya sa 115, di ba? Kailangan niyang pumila doon. So, sino yung kakalabanin niya doon? However, if he wins against Naoya Inoue, my goodness. Alam mo yung ladder, di ba? I mean, we go grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, minsan may acceleration, no? So, na-accelerate siya some point when you get to a fights na yung mga nakakalaban mo may mga pangalan na bigla kang aangat, yung magandang knockout mo. If he wins against Naoya Inoue, it will be another acceleration of his career. At 39 years old, 3 belts against the monster, acceleration yan, accelerated. Ganyan po yung posibleng trajectory pa ng career niya. And again, if he wins against Naoya Inoue, yung trajectory ng career niya, nako, parang mas easy work talaga yung the rest. So, what's the future for the Filipino Flash? This fight on June 7 will be a very pivotal fight because, again, alam mo nung natalo nga siya kay Naoya Inoue, kahit talo siya, ang daming nabilib sa kanya. Walang nagpahirap dyan kay Naoya Inoue kundi si The Filipino Flash. Wala, di ba? 116 siya kay Gabalio. I don't want to see Nonito go down to 1-1. He kills everybody down there. Exactly what he will do if he's done with the 118 because he's missing that 115 belt. So that is why. Again, it's hard to talk about all of these things coming, but if he wins against Inoue, Paul Butler, check. Kayang-kaya yan. Go to 115, check. And then go to Boracay. Relax. Or go to Bohol pala. For what? Dahil taga Bohol siya. Ang ganda-ganda ng Bohol. Alam mo, one thing din na gusto kong makita outside of boxing and inside of boxing, I think whatever happened in his career, he has already established his name as the best or one of the best boxers coming from the Philippines and all over the world. He has already gotten the respect of the boxing world and the sports world. But if he loses this one, there's some reevaluation that he needs to do. I mean, the thing is, he could still fight probably depending on how he lose. Yes, dihado tayo medio sito. Yes, I know that. Dihado tayo. That's why sinasabi ko, medio sito, pare. Pag nanalo siya dito, kay Naoya Inoue, ano na yan? Easy work na. Umaga accelerated siya. Tapos the rest of the courses, Paul Butler, 115. Easy work. Kaya-kaya niya na yan. Again, ito ay aking opinion lamang, no? So, the fight with Naoya Inoue will determine if aakyat pa ba siya or magre-evaluate muna kung what it. I mean, if he loses this one, he can still probably fight, but who will he fight? Will it give additional legacy or will it just add a win on his record? So that's the question. So we will find out kung hanggang saan pa ang roof, ang ceiling ni Nonito Donaire sa achievement niya sa boxing. Salamat. Imagine Nonito Donaire fighting the Philippine Arena versus Paul Butler. That's public execution. I hope they promote it. Man, oh man. And that is why Nonito Donaire, if you're watching this, you gotta win this Naoya Inoue fight because the rest should be easy work for you, man. But let's not get past up. Ito talaga yung magdedetermine the future, what more he can achieve. If he can defeat this guy, which is the hardest one, yun na. Baka last fight na niya yan. If he loses this one, I mean, we don't know. Again, depende sa pagkatalo, no? Depende sa pagkatalo. Pag medyo masama ang pagkatalo, then reevaluate. Take a look. I mean, he doesn't need to fight. He has other things working for him. He wants to help Filipino boxers. He wants to do other things. And then he can do that. But here's what I want outside of boxing. I mean, I will tell you. Magbabasa lang muna ako ng mga comment because I'm getting excited. And I still have the jacket of Nonito Donaire, no? Sa laban niya, isusot ko yung jacket na binigay niya sa akin. That was a long time ago. I had a long hair. And look at me. And look at Nonito Donaire. You know, one thing about Nonito Donaire that I admire. I mean, he sticks to the game. And he's still here. Just like Powcast Sports. Marami people, boxers, fans, bloggers come and go. But Nonito Donaire, Powcast Sports still remains. Andito lang kami. Because marami pa kaming gustong i-achieve. Just like Nonito Donaire. I feel inspired and I want you to be inspired again. Ang daming sabi ko nga sa mga vloggers dyan, asa na kayo? Asa na kayo? Salamat. Ano, I'm just challenging you. Hindi po ako nang-aasar, but I'm just challenging you. Opinion ko lang sa problema siguro sa katawan ni Nonito kasi may edad na siya, mahirap makipaglaban sa prime lalo na kung malahalimaw ang kamao. Naoya almost lost, but the truth flash lost to Inoue. Yes, sir. I understand what you guys are saying. I'm not saying that this is easy work, no? Itong si Naoya Inoue. Hindi yan madaling kalaban. But all I'm just saying here is that what could he achieve? Filipino Flash. He can definitely, of all of the opponents, sige, ito pag-usapan natin ha. Sino sa 118 ang sa tingin nyo makakatalo kay Naoya Inoue? Hintayin ko yung sagot nyo ha. Bago natin pag-usapan yung ang tawag dito, yung what I think he could achieve outside of boxing or outside of being a boxer. We still within boxing. Ha? Napainit nyo ako. Sino? Sagot! Sino ang may pinakamagandang tsansa na makatalo kay Naoya Inoue? I-comment nyo lang dyan sa baba. Sino? Aside from Nonito Donaire, Teka, papakita ko lang sa inyo yung ranking, ha? So, hindi pa pala to updated. Janriel Casimero still here. At siguro sasagot nito Janriel Casimero. Without issue, Cuadro Alas. Ako, Sir Pao. Casimero, Sir Pao. Jonas Sultan. Sir Casimero. Ba't puro Pilipino? Wala bang non-Filipino? So, aside from, but who else is strong in the division? Who else? Sabihin niyo sa akin, sino pa ang malakas? Aside pa yung Cuadro Alas at Nonito Donaire. Sino pa? Wala na, di ba? Wala na. Kaya nga, akit na yan sa 118 eh. Sino pa dito sa listahan? Si Nawaponsong Rongbisay, Jason Maloney, Charlie Edwards, Takumi Inoue, Manuel Rodriguez, Raymond Gabal, Roshi Warren, Gary Antonio Russell, Lee McGregor. Sino dito sa mga to? And come to think of it, aside from Casimero, it is Nonito Donaire who has the biggest chance because he almost did it. I mean, of course, a win is a win. I'm not gonna complain about that. Roshi Warren, kailangan lang yan timing talaga. Nor Dennis Pacquiao. Si Nonito ang tatalo. Wala nang iba. 6th round. Wonderboy. 122 na yan si Wonderboy eh. Wala akong masyadong balita kay Wonderboy, guys eh. Ang alam ko lang, binitawan daw niya yung belt niya. Baka lalaban na sa ibang bansa. Good luck na lang po. Cuadro Alas lang malakas. Kaso, sayang talaga yung pagkakataon kay Cuadro Alas. Sayang eh. I'm very hopeful na kasi it doesn't make sense now eh. It doesn't make sense. Kunwari lang ha. Just think about it this way. For example, nanalo si Nonito Donaire. Panalo siya kunwari kay Naoya. So, kanya yung 3 belt. 3 belt yan ha. Kasi, yung ibang mga belts, no bearing naman yung mga... Basta world champion yung 3 belt. So, isa na lang ang kailangan niya kunin. Hawak ni Paul Butler yon. And he's 39 years old. So, 39. Syempre, gusto niya ng kalabanan si Paul Butler diyan kagad. No, we're assuming here, kasi nasa kanya yung belt no, nothing personal. So, pag nanalo sa kay Paul Butler, hawak niya ni 4. So, nangihinayang ako, gusto ko sanang makita si Cuadro Alas at saka si Nonito Donaire na maglaban para magkagulo ulit ang Pilipinas, pero I don't think it's gonna happen now. Especially kung manalo si Nonito Donaire because he is on the last stage of his career. That's real talk. So, yung Nonito Donaire versus Janriel Casimero, it's hard to see that happening. Baka sa sparring na lang siguro, sabi ni Tom Workstation. Agree ba kayo sa akin? Because it doesn't make sense for Nonito Donaire to still go up against Cuadro Alas Casimero because it's nothing personal, it's business, wala siyang belt, so he would just probably relinquish the belt and just go down to 115 if he wants to get the 115. So, I do not know exactly the plan of Janriel Casimero. Janriel Casimero at 118, he must be ranked by the WBA, IBF, and WBC. FYI. In order for him to get an opportunity to fight Naoya Inoue. Now, he will be ranked by the WBO because yun yung sinabi ng WBO. The thing is, will Paul Butler give him another chance? And when? So think about it. Sayang ang oportunidad. And this is why I think what could happen kay Filipino Flash, if he wins this one, again, the thing is, if he wins this one, he go for Paul Butler next. And then he goes for whoever champions he would say yes to him. So 115. Whoever champions, doesn't matter who it is. But of course, the easiest champion probably is, and no disrespect, but the easiest champion is Fernando Martinez. But Fernando Martinez is scheduled to fight Jerry Nakajas. So, malamang Francisco Estrada, Kazuto Ayoka. Kazuto Ayoka, Donnie Nietes din. Nako, posible parang magka Filipino versus Filipino. Pero, pag Filipino versus Filipino, pwede naman gawa ng paraan. Kasi si Donnie Nietes, kung sakaling matalo niya si Kazuto Ayoka, is Probellum. Si Jeremy Nakahas is MP. Hiwalay naman yan kay Nonito Donaire. So, pwede. Sana magawa ng paraan. Mas madali siguro pag Pinoy sa Pinoy. Wala lang away, wala nang ano. Ay, nako. Mahirap pala pag Jeremy Nakahas kasi Sean Gibbons. So, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Ayun yung sa mga naiisip ko. Pero pag natalo siya, wag naman sana na tatalpak ako. Para asarin niyo ako sakali man. Pag natalo siya, reevaluate. The thing is, the big opportunity will be with Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue will open a lot of doors and opportunity, and the thing that he wanted the most. Today is the golden age of Filipino boxing. Champ, pa-shoutout Mediosito Martinez malakas din. After Inoue Butler, yep. Kalaban with most legacy target Donaire Jan, 115 Estrada major belt, lineal elite. Yes, business. Yeah, business. Really, I tell everybody that, but you know, we need to professional in this business too, man. Pao, ba't ang saya ng mga fans mo pag natatalo ka sa talpakan? Yaan mo sila maging masaya. Yun naman ang ating adhikain. Mapasaya kayo dyan eh. Kung masaya kayo na nasasaktan ako, okay lang. Ganyan talaga buhay. Gusto talaga ako nakikita na nasasaktan. Sige lang, saktan nyo lang ako ng saktan. Basta ako, enjoy lang ako dito. At masaya ako. I-share nyo na dito. Sabi ko nga, gusto nyo ako makitang umiyak. Kailangan malaki-laki yung ilagay nyo dyan. Hindi pwede yung $1, $2. Ano yan? Kulang pa sa talent fee ko yan? Salamat po. Sir Pautol Pacana, sure yan. Nonito win by knockout. Donaire Casimero is a very interesting fight. A good story will make both good money. Not right now. T-Rex doesn't make sense right now. I'm yet to see what the camp of Casimero will do. No? I'm thinking he might move to 122. Kay Sir Pao ako dito. Yan, drama Pao. Drama. Inoue Sir Bro Pao, open bet siya. Sir Pao, mahal na mahal ko kayo at ang sakit-sakit na. Sticks and stone may break my bones, but chains and whips excites me. 'Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Kala mo, di ko alam Yo, what's up? Teka na, pagpapasok na tayo. But anyway, the last thing that I wanted to say, definitely achievable yung undisputed if he beats Naoya Inoue. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Definitely achievable. And the 115, if he's a champion at 118, it's easy to make that 115 a championship right away because he got the belts. Kahit mag-retire si Donaire Pao. Ano to? May magsayo pa na nakaabang. Yun. Alam na, tugtugan ni Sir Pao. Sir Pao, pa-shoutout, champ. Replying, yeah, I'm a music lover too, brother. You know? So, yo, come and join me and chat with me. And I'm gonna put the links right here sa mga gusto makipag-usap kay Pao Salud. So outside of boxing, here's what I really want Nonito Donaire to do is promote locally. You know, it's not gonna earn him a lot of money, probably, but it's gonna earn him a lot of respect. That's something that Manny Pacquiao probably needs to do more. Kasi pag sa Pilipinas, it's more on sa labas si Manny Pacquiao Sa Philippines, I mean, if Nonito Donaire can become a visible character in boxing in the Philippines as a promoter, and I'm willing to partner because I believe in this guy's capability outside and may charisma, and I think they're professional. So I mean, he should promote locally. But that's that's not about money. It's not. It's pag ikaw ang promoter, it's not gonna really earn you a lot here in the Philippines, and unless I have some ideas here. I just need some money. That's an evil laugh. Pasok! Ang papasok! At gusto makipag-usap sa akin, I will... Hanggang 10 o'clock lang siguro tayo, ha? Ayoko masyado magpuyat. Bukas, maaga pa ako. I'm thinking of going... doing a live stream on my Powcast project. It's been a while. I feel very inspired and happy. Even though maraming gustong magpabaksak pero hindi nila kaya. Ako'y masaya lang. Nothing against anyone, but just very happy that you're joining me. Nonito Donaire, June 7, abangan po natin. Other news in boxing, where is Tayanig? I don't know where he is. Ilang taon ka na, sir? Hindi mahalaga kung ilang taon ako. Ang mahalaga kung ilang taon ako sa puso. 19 lang ako. Hi, other news in boxing. Let me just give you while we're waiting, papakita ko na lang dito para mas masaya. Kasi mas gusto ko yung may visual aids ako kahit. Pao, sino unang boksingero ang nakilala mo? Si Luisito Espinosa po. Si Lindol. Luisito Espinosa. Isa rin yan sa idol natin eh. Luisito Lindol Espinosa. Yan. I don't have a dad, Bata pa lang ako, wala na akong tatay. So, sarili ko lang nagbukas sa akin sa boxing. Elsben not concerned with Canelo, focus on Crawford fight. Okay. Puro kalokohan, hindi naman mangyayari itong laban na to. Pinapaasa lang tayo ni Errol Spence saka ni Crawford. Team Chu, I want the mega fight. I want Jermel Charlo in America. Okay, yun yung mga Conor Ben on Keith Thurman, the main fight I want out of the whole bunch. It'd be too much for him. I'd be too much for him. Aba, teka, Conor Ben wants Keith Thurman ako dito. Best time for Donaire to beat Inoue, Butler, Estrada, Chocolate in order, lalo na kakatalo lang ni Canelo kay Bibol. Yo. Boxing ranking, Canelo, wala masyado no? Ang babait nyo ngayon, Wala masyadong maipagawi sa akin. Kung wala, iba tutulugan ko na kayo kasi may mga gagawin. Coach, Pao, chick boy ka ba? Yung ako dati, chick. Mahilig ako sa chicken, good boy na ako, I have a little girl that's growing, parang dalagita na siya. So, I wanna give him the best. I wanna continue to inspire. And yun lang, wala nang away. Kahit na target tayo ng mga tao dyan sa paligid, bahala sila. Oy, May 21, IBS Cebu for ARQ Sports. Alam mo, yung mga nagpo-promote dyan, professional or amateur, I'm very open. Invite nyo lang ako, guys. Ayoko na nung sasabihan na naman ako ng mga tao dyan Although pinagbibigyan ko lang sila, para lang peace on earth muna tayo. Peace on earth. Sige, question and answer na tayo. Kung wala na akong mabigay, ayoko masyadong guluhin kayo dito Coach Pao talaga tayo. Mahilig sa chick at sa boy si Sir Pao. Puro lang yan mga advertisement. Sina Spence, Crawford, di naman lalaban yan kay Canelo. Ewan ko ba dyan, David? David, pare, kamusta ka dyan? Spence at Thurman kung sakaling maglaban. Spence, Thurman, sa ngayon, Spence ako. I do not know really the stance of Thurman. Pero pag Thurman, Conor Ben, parang Thurman pa rin. Thurman pa rin. Boss Pausan na si Gabalio, parang no-show niya sa simula ng matalo. Parang nagpapahinga lang. Alam ko nasa Jensen siya I mean, this guy will be back. This guy is very kind, very humble, and very hardworking. So, I'm sure Raymart Gabalio will be back. At pasensya na kayo kung hindi ako masyado nag-i-invite ng mga boxers. I think nasa development stage ng mga iba namang ginagawa natin. Para sabihin naman ng mga tao na we can do it. We can make a show by ourselves and by our opinion. And marami na ngayon nag-i-interview, Yung mga puntahan nyo dyan, yung mga ibang nag-i-interview, panoodin nyo rin. They deserve para masubukan nila yung mga pinaggagawa natin nung una. Kung paano ba mag-interview. Some of the guys, of course, they need to learn. But interviewing boxers and interviewing athletes, it has to you do have to have passion for it, and kailangan you have to be patient because they're athletes, they're not entertainer like us. Okay, boss, balita sa Lerasan, meron na bang rematch? Adrian Lerasan, parang wala pa, pero may mga Pilipino nag-iingay na naman ang Thailand at ang Highland Boxing Gym. Yun sa Thailand. Wala pa po akong balita kay Adrian. I think sa Fight News Asia, laging updated diyan sa mga laban ng mga Asyano sa Asia. So, yun. Kailan laban ni Gervonta Davis? Gervonta Davis, tingnan ko lang yung notes ko dito. Romero, May 29. Double check ko lang sa sa labas. At least hindi ako masyado, wala akong trabaho nitong May 29. Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, May 28, May 29 sa Pilipinas. Sir, pa-shoutout po kaming mga taga Palawan. Mga taga Palawan, shoutout sa inyong lahat dyan at magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Okay, ako'y naghihintay lang na makakausap dito kasi kung ayaw nyo umakyat, Marty and Maharlika. Kaso Maharlika, you're back. Wala si Maharlika, ba't madilim? Balik ko muna, baka hindi siya yan. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Maayong gabi, Boss Pow. By the way, I won't be long. I'll be working by 9:30. So
okay. This time you have a time limit. Kanina kasi sabi mo you won't be long, but it still took you some time.
No.
Actually, go straight to the point.
Yes, because most of the time I work at 10 p.m. and then I log out at 10 a.m. the next day. By the way, this is very interesting. You know what? You know, when I was taking a shower, patabo-tabo ba? When I was tabo-tabo, taking a bath, I was watching your video, and you know, once again, you're making a lot of good sense, you know, because for now, you know, no disrespect, with all due respect for the rest of the other boxers sa bantamweight, but I think si Inoue yung peak. You know, once you reach that peak, once you defeated that peak, you know, what's the sense of going backwards? And I don't know, it's just really somehow I think this is the fight that everybody's anticipating, and this is going to be a make or break deal for Nonito Donaire's career.
Yeah.
You know, but knock on wood, you know, just in case if he loses that fight, if he lost, I think you could use that reason then for other fighters to go at it. Like, okay, he's vulnerable. I think I can beat him, and a lot of boxers are gonna go for him.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, career-wise, of course, you know, when an athlete kasi loses, especially with Nonito Donaire's career, that he's, you know, a much more refined gentleman, you know, age-wise, your rate goes down, you know. So I don't know what he wants to do, pero para sa akin talaga, it's not the end of the road for him. A lot of boxers when they lost, but okay, let's just say na matatalo siya, you know, worst case scenario. I think Nonito Donaire, and I do believe this, he's very witty. I think he can be a commentator. You know, I think so.
Yes. He has been a commentator, by the way. FYI,
yes, he has been a commentator.
Yeah.
You know, he's very, very witty, and he knows the game. Like a Paulie Malignaggi, you know? Malignaggi, I don't know if he's retired, but he's been fighting at the same time commentating. If he loses, that's okay. If somebody will call him out, you know, that's a reason for him to be hyped up and go back in the ring. But, you know, the career is, you know, going for the commentator and, you know, analysis. Because a lot of boxers have been doing that. Roy Jones Jr. have been doing that.
Yes.
Not the most witty guy. Also, Lennox Lewis, not the most witty guy. Nonito Donaire is just, you know, when he speaks, it's clean. It's good to hear. I've never seen him commentate sa mga sports events like live, but I've seen him commentate on a fight sa podcast nila. And you know, when a fighter commentates, he knows exactly what he's saying, and he's able to articulate what he wants to articulate, strategic wise, what he needs to do, and this and that. So, Showtime, the doors are open. Sayang wala ng HBO eh. Showtime. Maybe
if he wants it, I'm sure he's gonna
Zone.
get it. And you made up a good idea for Nonito Donaire, but I would rather want him to really, because he said he wants to help after his boxing career, the Filipino boxer. So maybe a promoter in the Philippines, and just hire me as the commentator. Leave that job to me. Self-interest.
Sure.
Let me just let me just get the people on the backstage. Miss these guys, of course. The long hair, Diego Bandido, and this other guy, MJ, Mark. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Bro, ganda
The goat eh.
Uy!
The goat.
Oh yeah. I miss you
Bobby
guys.
said
Thank you for
Boxing
coming
After
in.
Dark. I miss that show. That show. HBO boxing itself. Do you guys still remember the music, the theme?
Yes, the
Especially
intro.
the 24/7s.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. And the narration too. Oh my god.
Yeah. Hi, this is Jim Lampley.
Yes. And, sila yung unang open up ng parang 24/7 was the show that actually opened up like a documentary series, weeks before the fight, which is like a movie. The narration is like parang the writers are so good in that ano talaga show. I think they won an Academy Award for that, right?
Yeah.
An
I
Emmy,
don't
yeah.
know why.
Emmy,
You guys
si
know
Liv-
any
ano nga
information
si-
why HBO
Liev Schreiber.
just completely
Si
shut down?
Sabertooth, yeah. Lushira. Yeah, his voice. Grabe.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, Marty, you don't know Diego? Marley Mahal Kita? He was the resident
yet,
English
ma'am.
speaker
Hindi pa.
before you. So, Diego,
But I
ikaw,
saw I see some of his comments sa mga live podcasts and this and that. I don't know a lot of people here, sige
you're
lang,
getting
I'm
to
getting
know.
there. I'm getting
Resident
there. Yes,
resident
I'm getting
dito
there.
dati. Ngayon, he has his own show. He has his own podcast too. But I'm very
Nice,
curious
nice.
about his point of view about Diego. Ikaw
Okay.
muna ha, because I miss you. What can
Miss you too.
a Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, can still achieve in his career? What do you still see?
Nonito Donaire. Sa after the WBSS, ilan na yung napa-retire niya na fighters? Si
Brian
ang pangalan nito? Burnett. And then recently ang pangalan nun, the guy from France.
Ubali? No.
Ubali. Yeah, nag-retire na rin.
Yeah,
Tingnan
nagka-injure,
nyo.
no?
Puntahan nyo yung box rec ni Nonito Donaire. Bilangin nyo yung sino yung mga naging last fight nila si Nonito Donaire. He's retired a lot of guys. This guy. Tingnan nyo na lang.
Don't scare Naoya, man. Okay, go ahead.
My goodness, look at
Tingnan
that.
nyo. Mahaba-habang listahan yan.
Mm-hmm.
Ang dami nang naparetire ni Nonito Donaire. I mean, this guy, dapat pag natalo niya si Nonito si pangalan nito, Naoya Inoue.
Yun lang,
What
nawala.
happened?
Natang internet. Natalo ng internet si
that was really
si
bad.
Diego.
Sayang.
Yeah.
He's making a lot of sense. By the way, when you look at Nonito's career, guys, have you ever guys wondered why hasn't Nonito reached the level of a Manny Pacquiao? Popularity wise, endorsement wise,
It's hard to answer that question because Pacquiao doesn't follow the rule. He's a different guy. But Diego,
Yes.
If
Sir,
Nonito
go ahead.
Donaire, if he fights here in the Philippines, that will be Thrilla in Manila Part 2. Sana gawin ni BBM yan. I mean, follow his old man's footsteps. Kasi,
It's going to
Can
be
you-
historical
can-
then. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I hope-
Yes, it's going to be historical.
Can you imagine yung ni Nonito Donaire, yung endorsement deals, lahat, Jollibee,
Yes. Yes.
whatever, San Miguel.
Yeah.
think about that, Nonito Donaire. Please, talunin mo si Naoya Inoue. I mean,
Pwede talaga.
And
babaha
if
ng
that
pera
happens,
yung ano.
Yeah,
Go
if
ahead.
that happens, there's going to be a trilogy. There's a huge possibility for a trilogy, and then we can demand now come to the Philippines, because we've
Pwede.
been going to Japan twice, so we just
Alam mo,
talked about.
ang maganda lang dyan, nakita ko rin. Kasi naisip ko lang bigla, Marty, you were asking why Nonito Donaire hasn't achieved the same popularity as Manny
As
Pacquiao.
Manny
Because, of
Pacquiao.
course, sabi ko na, different si Manny Pacquiao. Pero ngayon, I think mas open na yung mga tao with social media at saka dagdagan lang siguro ni Nonito ang pagbibisaya niya at saka Tagalog. Kasi syempre yung mga fans
Do you
talaga.
really think that's a reason?
I think one of the reason kasi medyo
Because Pacquiao is
mas
more
makaka-relate
charismatic because okay.
mas makaka-relate sa relatable lang kasi syempre parang American boy na ang tingin nila kay Nonito nung iba yung iba.
That's a possibility, but when he was the first fight talaga that broke the scene for the guy was, the fight with Durchinian.
Yes,
Um,
oo.
And I remember, I think that's Kinito Hinson who actually siya yung nag-commentate ng fight and I never knew about the guy. I knew Glenn, but not a lot. But after that, he just keeps on defeating a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
Pero he never really became the dude. It was always Manny Pacquiao. Maybe because that was the reason. Because
Manny Pacquiao is
was
the same.
still there.
Parang Michael Jordan
Oo.
era.
Oo.
Yung mga sina Karl Malone cannot achieve the same level because Michael Jordan is there.
Oo nga.
Yeah, but,
Maybe this is the time. Oh.
Pero amongst Filipino Americans, he was really, really big. I mean, he was. Nonito Donaire was Mr. Hollywood.
Oo.
You know.
Yun na
And,
nga.
he
Yun yung,
was-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I
yun
never
yung appeal
met
niya
Nonito.
kasi.
Yes.
Ah.
I want to ask you this, Pao, and Sir Mark then and Sir Maharlika, if you guys met the guy. I've never met Nonito. I can only say, judge him by the character. Going sa live niya and, asking a few questions. He's a very cool dude. Very, very cool dude. But I've heard a lot of talks about him being arrogant and then suplado daw, and I don't know if that's true, but because I've never met the guy, I'm gonna ask you guys, have you met him in person? What's he like in person? You spend time have you guys?
Si Pao lang.
Si Pao lang.
Yeah.
Pero minsan nakakausap namin si Nonito Donaire.
Yeah.
Via live, nakakausap. Kahit ito sa
Me
show,
too.
kay Bro
Yeah.
Diego, nakakausap namin si
Yeah.
Bro, si Champ Nonito. Hindi naman. Talagang siya,
oo nga
bait naman si Champ. So, yung mga time lang siguro
English
nasasabi
speaking
niya,
kasi kaya sinasabi niyo suplado
Oo,
kasi ganyan minsan
oo, yun ang ganon.
And
Pero
V.
Pero yung ugali niya talagang Pinoy, talagang siya,
And
Bisaya.
Nonito
Kaya sa
adapted
live
siguro
niya, sa
to the
podcast
American
niya.
code din.
Oo.
Yeah. Nagkaroon lang kasi ng issue nung nagkaroon sila ng laban ni Cuadro Alas. Siyempre, bida si Cuadro Alas dito. Siyempre, medyo parang naging negative. Pero ako, Marty, I'm very honored that I guess I'm also one of the first vlogger na nakilala mismo ni Nonito Donaire. Ako nga, sobrang saya ko kasi halos lahat ng boxers, brother, I met them all. Met them all,
Wow,
talked to
that's
them.
great.
And then including Nonito Donaire, where I was long hair. Pag nagte-training siya dito, I do get invites to cover them. And sobrang happy. He's a good guy. Very professional. Yun lang masasabi ko. At mangiti, nagbibisaya siya, nagbibiro. So, I mean, pero siyempre, mataas ang tingin sa kanya ng mga tao kasi because of his achievement.
Baka si Ma'am Rachel nanonood niya yun. Nanonood niya yun, baka aakyat niya yun at makausap niya.
Aakyat daw? Okay. Teka, ito si Jay Hollywood muna. Jay Hollywood, what's up, brother?
Maayong gabi. Sans yung jersey niya ata. Ano yan?
Sans? Naku, bakit Sans? Talo ah.
Naka-Phoenix Suns ka, bro, ah.
Okay, sige. Alright, Jay Hollywood. Oy, oh my goodness. We got some VIP here, no? Pasok ko lang muna, Jay, ha?
Nice.
Si Sir Jerry. Sir Jerry.
Ay,
Who's Sir
Bira to ah.
Oh,
Ay, Sir Jerry.
Rachel's
Oh,
dad.
Sir Jerry.
Bossing!
Sir Jerry
May
Marshall.
gabi, boss.
Yeah, we're talking about Nonito Donaire. Hinahype lang muna namin. Malapit na yung laban. So we wanna talk about, and who's the best person to share what could be the future, or what do you want to be what can he still achieve, or what does he wanna achieve? Sir, kalbo pa nakasulat pero kilala ka na namin dito kaya
Kala ko si Coach Ricky.
okay. Okay. Sir, you wanna share your piece?
Well, kanina I was listening to your yung mga comments nyo kanina din sa baba. Well, pretty much understandable yun, yung feeling ng mga tao as far as what is to happen sa Saitama sa June 7th. What a lot of people has not seen yung ensayo ni Champ Nonito at saka yung supposed sparring nila Champ Nonito at Champ Data, yung practice lang nila. Just to sa feeling ko, kako walang chances si Inoue. It is going to be a different fight from what had happened in Saitama 1, because first of all ang sa kanya, if you know ang magko-coach sa kanya is Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a completely different mind game na ang ilalaro nila, because they already read how Inoue plays. And if without that game plan that they played in Saitama 1, he was able to inflict 2 damages sa kanya. One was the nose and the other one was the orbital.
Mm-hmm.
This time, it's going to be a permanent thing. Na I wouldn't be surprised na iba to ng team ng Japan, yung Tao, pretty much to save yung career ni Naoya, because seek and destroy ang laro ni Champ Nonito on this match.
Oh wow. We were talking
We're gonna have a
about
brawl
the
again.
other way. Nonito Donaire at third and retire. Parang baligtad pala ang mangyayari. Wow.
Sir Jerry.
Even sa laban niya kay Gabalio, if you read the comments, even just sa yung mga comments ng mga tao sa side na, Gabalio, he's younger, he's got speed, he's gonna win. What happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Not this guy.
Yeah. Kailangan yun because ang niya kasi they are making this because of the age, ganyan, normal fighters na at that age 39-40 ang laro nila nagbabago because they like to party, especially here in Vegas, pagkatapos ng laban, party, papanik ng timbang 20-30 pounds, tapos paglalaban ulit, magpapaklas na naman ng timbang. Yung mga gano'n, nakakasakit ng katawan yun Okay? Si Champ Nonito, pagkatapos niya manalo kay Gabalio, we just had that party after makabalik kami sa Las Vegas. We had that party with Gabalio. We ate dinner with Gabalio. Yan, doon kumain ng mabigat. Pagkatapos nun, back to training. Back to mantini ang timbang na at least 10 pounds over lang siya sa fighting weight niya. So, hindi siya hirap Hindi siya kamukha nila Jerwin ng Kahas, nila Chamtata na nagkakahirap-hirap ibaba ang timbang.
Yeah.
Because siya mantini. Tapos constantly pa nag-iensayo, so right there ako
wow.
Nakikita ko ang laro sa expectation nito in seeing him make the sparring partner miss sa mga suntok nila is para bang Matrix.
Wow.
Apat na hooks na ibinato na nakatayo sa harapan niya yung kasparing partner niya, bumato ng 4 na hooks. Pinamiss niya.
Okay.
Pinamiss, tapos siya bumala.
Tata Jerry, pina-excite mo naman kami lalo dito.
Jerry,
Oo nga eh.
meron pong, sige, sir po.
Hindi, gusto magko-comment lang ako, tataasan ko na ba yung talpa ko? Parang sure ball na yata eh.
Kilala mo ko sila kasi Kuya Rupino, hindi ba? Okay.
Yes.
Kuya Rupino, $15,000.
Oh my goodness.
What?
What the heck? Oh my goodness.
Pero ang sinasabi ko dyan, doon sa 15 na yun, 10% sa akin. Kasi
ito yung mga insight na dapat nating nalalaman. Kasi yung pala yung insight. Yung meron.
Ginano ko, bro. Pag ako tumaya, bababa ang ads ko. See? Kaya kailangan mauna muna ako tumaya. Pag nakataya na ako, magtaya na kayo. Kasi umpisa yung 380. Okay.
Actually, here's my question, Sir Jerry. You know, I've made a content about this. I don't know if you heard yung same na sinabi mo, like what I was saying, disiplinado, and he has a mindset. Meron pa siyang gustong i-achieve. I still remember the last time I met him here in the Philippines. Sabi niya, gusto ko mag-undisputed, and he's still trying to do that, no? And I have no question about the power, you know. And this the same question I asked Rachel, because pag tumama si Nonito, may kalalagyan itong si Naoya. Ang tanong, sabi din ni Jersky, and this is why I'm reminded, if Nonito can take the punch of Inoue, this time maybe malaking chance niya. So, how is Nonito Donaire in reference to receiving punches, especially the body shot? Is there any comments on that one coming from you? Paano ba ito pinapalakas? Paano bang dito ngayon? Anong opinion niyo?
Ang liver shot, bro. Ang liver shot, there is no such thing as mapapalakas mo eh. Because it is not a muscle.
I agree.
It's the penetration of the punch going in through hit the liver. Okay? So, he's done his sit-up. Walang problema yun. But ang kailangan is here. Kailangan mai-perform mo sa mind mo. Pag nag-dip yung fighter to throw the sneak punch underneath, similar to what he did with Gabalio, kailangan put something there to block that punch. See, because kung napanood niyo yung laban nila sa Saitama, there were so many times that tinira siya doon ni Inoue, and he was able to block it. But if you see that last punch that got in, blinak niya ng elbow niya pero lumusot sa ilalim ng elbow. Kaya naka-effect. Pero ngayon, ang question niyan is he going to get that chance to throw that punch? Because, sabi siya, pag tinamaan na naman ang left, or even the right, tamaan na naman yung orbital niya, may lamat yun eh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
So, sabi ko kay Nonito, kailangan tirahin niya sa kabilang side para maging even.
Nakabila pa. Okay. Sabi ko, doon na lang tirahin doon sa siraan na eh. Pero patakot ako. Nonito, Naoya
Jerry,
yun ang namin na pag Inoue gets to the point na talagang barog ang mukha niyan, isusuko yan ng nila.
Because corner.
Stopping.
It wasn't like before.
Mga anong round, sir?
Lista na.
TKO in what round?
Ang taya ko is to win. Wala pa lumalabas dito kasi ng proposition eh. Okay? So win-lose lang. Tumaya ako sa win.
Wala pang
Hindi, saka pero sa odds talaga dihado si so maganda ang panalo natin dito.
Maganda. Sa taya ko, ang kabig ko yan pag nanalo ko is almost $200,000 US.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Psychologically,
That's
I
a
don't
lot
think
of money.
I think nasa edge si Nonito Donaire psychologically kasi
Yes.
pinatamaan ni Naoya Inoue si Donaire sa ulo, hindi man lang bumagsak. Nonito took his best punches. I don't think he'll be as confident coming in. So I think he will focus on the body. So
well, he could. But the thing is, when he
Because that
focuses
is
on the body, that hands goes down, his
Yes.
face is open.
mhm.
Okay? Tapos mas masisindak pa siya pag nakita niya na ang suit ni Nonito Everlast.
Yeah. Sure ball na yan, di ba? 6 daw ang dala niyong pares eh.
Ako, may dalawa ako nandito sa bag ko. Si Rachel, may dalawang set din sa bag niya.
4 lang. Sabi kasi, para
Sige,
sigurado daw eh.
Yeah, walang
Pwede ba
December.
pwede ba ipadala sa Cebu yung yung tira?
Nako. Oy, sabi ko kay Ma'am Rachel kung baka sakaling yung ma-reach out ko yung promoter at mag-apply ako ng accreditation. Kung maluwag. I'm trying eh. Hindi ko pa nakarinig kay Rachel eh. Sabi ko punta akong Japan.
Accreditation for?
Media. Pag na-accredit ako ng media, ako na bahala mag-asikaso ng lahat para makapunta doon. Siyempre, sure ball muna, dapat makapasok ako sa loob.
Are we talking about
sa Japan? Sa Japan.
Well,
Coverage.
that's the question because ang Japan right now is only open to business.
Yun na nga eh.
Right? So, yun ang natin. Kung makakapunta ka ron at papapasukin ka, it shouldn't be any problem. Pero yun ang unang problema natin is because kamukha nung may dala kaming si Jessie Vargas at saka si Jelena Merdenovic kasama sana namin. Alam ko si Jessie Vargas na asikaso niya papeles niya para makapunta. Si Jelena medyo nahihirapan kasi galing siya sa Canada eh. Ang pupuntahan niyang embassy, Japanese embassy, yun nando sa Canada. Medyo mahirap-hirap ng konti. Sabi ko, asikasuhin mo ako kung if you wanna go. You know? Yun ang gimmick. Pagkatapos ng laban, takbo kami sa Pilipinas. Kasama
Yung pupunta rin pala sa Pilipinas. Good.
Ay, sinabi ko ba yun?
Kasi sabi ni Ma'am Rachel, diretso na daw sa diretso na daw. The last time kasi, nung naglabang kay Inoue, nag-training pa sila sa UFC gym sa Alabang. I was there.
Yes.
So,
tapos bumalik kami. Bumalik kami ng Pilipinas. Tapos ang laban.
Hindi, nalako kasi usually sa training lang ako, sa boxing lang ako nakaka-connect. But very happy to know na after the fight, victory party sa Pilipinas. Yan.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Mark, may tanong ka ba? Kanina ka pa namin nasisingitan eh.
Yeah, actually kasi Sir Jerry, last Saturday, pa-interview kami kay KJ Cataraha. Natanong namin siya, one of the sparring mates kasi siya ni Inoue. Tinanong namin siya, may pagkakaiba ba? Something on the past fight nyo kaya yung training na kasama mo siya. Sagot niya, matindi daw yung yung mas parang napansin niya, nahigitan daw ni, parang mas nagdagdag pa sila ng training, nung training. Sa akin po ngayon, ni Nonito po, meron po bang nadagdag or same scenarios, konting adjustment na po sa fight po na to?
Actually, kay Chap Nonito, the big adjustment is yung trainer niya, yung coach niya, which is Rachel.
Yes.
Okay? Because there will be no mistakes sa game plan eh. Because yung laban nila before, nandun niya, as I said, yung tatay niya ni Nonito at saka si Kenny Adams, dalawa ang coach, dalawa ang nagsasalita, isa Tagalog, isa Bisaya, English, Bisaya, Tagalog. So, nagkakagulo na sa laban, dalawa magbibigay ng instruction, anong susundin niya? Diba? Yun ang,
Kasi with the training camp din, Sir Jerry, nagkaka-conflict din pa ng training camp. Kung kagaya ng
hindi. Kasi nung ang gimmick noon, nag-training si Nonito. During the training camp, nag-training siya kay Kenny Adams. Ang problema, nandito sa Vegas si Kenny. Yung pumunta kami sa Pilipinas na maaga, dinala niya yung tatay niya kasi walang mag-meet sa kanya. Paddles. So dinala niya tatay niya. So nag-training sila ng tatay niya. Pati sa Japan, nag-training sila ng tatay niya. Pero kako, pag nasa hindi naman masasabi ko sa tatay mo, kung magsasalita yung si Kenny Adams o vice versa. Hindi, pareho sila nagsasalita eh. See? Kaya nung laban na yon, bago pa lang pumunta sa Japan, tumalpak na ako 5,000. Pagkalam ko magko-coach si Rachel. Hindi ko nalaman yun, ganun pala mangyayari. Kaya nung nandun ako, kala ko ba ringside ka? Ringside, nakaupo doon sa sa audience, hindi siya nasa ring mismo. Nung a fight previous to that, yung kay Hernandez na laban sa Texas.
Texas.
Si Rachel na nag-coach kanya.
Tsaka si Puzzles nandun po sa corner, no, kung I'm not mistaken. Si Mike nandun din po, no.
Pero sa
si Mike Basil, he's forever been the catman. Siya the catman kay Nonito for the longest time.
So who's gonna be the three-team corner during the fight dito sa Japan?
Dito
Rachel.
si Japan, Mike Basil, si Rachel, at saka si Tony Diaz.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yung MMA coach na boxing, MMA coach.
Yeah.
Tony Diaz.
Yeah.
Interesting
Okay.
yung ano si Jerry kasi kagaya ng sabi natin, di ba, hindi nasuot ni champion yung kanyang gloves. So right now, sabi nyo nga nung nakausap kay Huli, doon kay Mandirigma 80 channel, ilang gloves nga po yung dadalhin nyo? 4 ba yun o 5?
4, kala ko nga 6 eh. Apat, oo.
Para
Pero
sigurado.
ano na yun?
Pag sinobrahan daw kami ng Everlast, sabi ng Everlast, chargean kami ng extra.
Ay, grabe naman. Sa huli na lang pag hindi nagamit.
Yun nga yung mangyayari, pamimigay eh. Hindi, bigyan nyo na sa amin yung kailangan namin. Okay, sabi, binigyan kami na 4.
Yeah, okay. Pero ano naman, nakausap nyo na yung promoter that you will use an Everlast gloves. At least there is
It's always been Everlast.
Yeah, I know it's always been Everlast except for that fight though, it didn't happen.
Ang gimmick pa na gahatap yun, hand-carried ko sa aeroplano. Okay? Nung pagdating namin doon, hingi sa akin, inabot nila sa commissioner. Tapos nung tryo ni Nonito yung gloves, pagpasok ng kamay niya, maluwag sa loob. Nung binuksan, kinuha na nila ng picture, pinadala sa Everlast eh. Ako, sira sa loob. Sabi lang, this is the first time nangyari yan. You know?
Okay.
Dalawa pa ha. Dalawang pares sira.
Wow, that's a coincidence.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a coincidence.
Did they know that Nonito's gonna be using those gloves?
Yes, kasi dala mo yun, ibibigay mo sa commission. I mean, doon sa fight niyan talagang lahat, if anything was gonna go wrong, everything went wrong. 10 minutes bago siya lumabas from the pumasok yung Japanese commission. Sabi nga hindi daw niya pwedeng isuot yung Under Armour na leggings niya.
Pati yun. Do you think...
Pumasok din ng German commission kasi part ng WBSS eh. Oh man, away sila doon sa loob ng locker room. Finally, sinabi ni Rachel, okay, sige. Yun ang decision niya, hindi kami lalaban. Kayong bahala mag-asikaso sa mga tao nyo sa luwas. Hindi kami lalaban. Kami lalabas. Nag-bend sila. Okay, sige, pwede. Pero nagawa na yung mind play nila. Diba?
Yes. Yeah.
Nasira na yung So sabi ko kay Rachel, okay, alam na natin nangyari yan before. This time, if they try it again, ako nasa labas ng door, hindi ko papapasukin yan. Sagutin niyo ako. Basta, i-questioning ko ang commission, hindi ko papapasukin yan. Pag may problema, sagutin niyo ako. Okay, then, ang problema.
Question on this one, on this statement lang, of course, ito parang sa tingin ng iba, parang simpleng bagay, gloves lang yan. But how big of a deal is this para sa boxer? Why? Kasi sa mga fans, nagtatanong, okay na naman, gloves lang naman yan eh. Tsaka yung leggings lang naman yan eh. What's the effect? Pwede ba itong magbago ng resulta ng laban kung iba yung gamit coming from you? Go ahead.
Hindi nga, kamukha nga yung leggings, for example, 10 minutes bago siya lumabas. Okay, mo ko questionin na hindi pwede. He's been fighting with that thing since Under Armour went out with leggings like that. He's been fighting with that on. Nobody's questioning. Ilang beses na siya lumabas sa WBSS. Nobody questioned. Ngayon nila question eh. Okay, tapos magbe-bend din pala. Right? Gloves. Okay? With the gloves na suot niya, which was winning, he was able to crack yung orbital at saka split dito. Split dito ang winning malambot. Kung yan, Everlast, wasak yung mukha ni Inoue. Wasak.
Do you think they will try it again? Yung pilitin kayo na winning or paggamit sa winning?
No.
At least they will try. Do you think they will?
Hindi nila pinilit eh. See, ang nangyari doon, since dalawa ang glove, sira pareho. Sabi niya, well, what are you gonna wear? No way. He's got one set over there that he's not gonna use. You wanna wear that? Ganun na nangyari. Pero ngayon, ganun na nangyari.
So those are Inoue's spare gloves that he used.
I didn't hear that.
Those were Inoue's spare gloves that Nonito used during the fight.
You're supposed to give 2 sets eh.
What?
There you go, 2 sets. Yeah. Bago naman it's brand new. It's not a problem. Pero hindi
Okay.
maluwag sa kamay ni Nito eh. Pag sinirado niya, fix niya. Todo solid. May laro. Pero ang Everlast, pag sunod niya talaga naka-forma, knuckles. Kaya kita mo yung suntok niya kay Montiel.
Yeah.
Baon yung sentido rito eh.
Yeah. Nanginig si
The
Montiel.
knuckle penetrated.
Yeah.
Pasok sa rito.
Sir Jerry, may tanong lang ako. Alimbawa, manalo si Champ Nonito this fight kay Inoue. Mayroong rematch clause?
I will expect so. I'm confident to say yes. Malaking ano yan. Pero, okay. Kung, ang expectation ko din isusuko nila ang laban pag nababarog na ng gusto si Inoue. Kung ano nangyari
sa Pilipinas na sponsor ni Bongbong, kagaya Trilla Manila to Marcos sa mag-sponsor.
Yeah, pero yung Trilla Manila, hawak na yun eh. Meron ng
Patented.
Hindi natin pwedeng
I think
nakawin.
Rachel said no.
Road
Is that
to
Ma'am Rachel?
nangyayari. Kinausap na
Rematch
ako.
clause?
Bago pa lang nanalo si BBM, yung isa sa mga bata niya tumawag sa akin. Natawag, but messenger. Ni-messenger ako. Sir, pakilala siya. Okay. Kung paano daw nila makakausap si Champ para ilakad sa Pilipinas. Sabi ko,
rematch class pala.
ako. Hawak na niya ang 3 belts pag naging road to undisputed at sa Pilipinas yung nilakad. Lalo na kung si Champ Tata ang makakalaban niya, magandang magandang bilya.
Sayang talaga yung opportunity na yan. Sayang eh. Parang malabo na yung Champ Tata for now eh. Pero no rematch clause. Nag-comment si Beyond the Ring.
Sabi mo malabo, hindi.
Wala siyang belt eh. Paano yun? Mag-iintay.
Mandatory.
Ha?
Mandatory. Walang kalaban bang ngayon si
Paul Butler ulit.
Wala sa kalaban niya eh.
Ayan.
Pag sinabi ni BO, labanan mo. Sabi ni Butler, ayaw niya labanan sa Tata. Fuck you, you're gonna lose your belt if you don't fight him.
Straight.
Okay.
Straight.
Pwede pa pala. Magkakaaway-away na naman lahat ng buong Pilipinas pag nangyari yan.
Whatever, right? Pero
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Kasi maglaban muna si Butler at saka si Champ Tata. Tapos siyempre mga 3, 4, 5 months after yung laban na yun, maglalaban yung for undisputed. Kaya mangyayari yan, ang game plan niya kay Nito, talunin niya si Inoue. Pagkatapos, habang waiting for the undisputed, lalabanan siya sa 115. Lalaban sa 115. Get that belt, relinquish it, go back 118, go for the undisputed.
Okay.
Yung
Wow.
pala
May
yun.
platform na talaga.
Medyo nagkamali lang ako ng konti. Inuna ko kasi yung undisputed bago yung 115. Pwede pala yung 115, balik ka ulit sa 118.
Right. Kaya pasok muna sa bakit sa uupo ng waiting for the undisputed? Kasi mauna yan silang dalawang ni Butler maglaban ni Champ Tata. Imamandate yan ng WBO sooner
That
the
will
better.
be
Punta pa
very
naman si
interesting.
Butler.
Yeah, but that would be very interesting ito kay Butler. Parang feeling ko, ang feeling ko hindi niya pagbibigyan si Casimero kasi parang na-trauma na yata siya eh. So pag ganun, di wala siya magagawa. Sumunod siya sa WBO, siya naman ang bibigyan ng ultimatum.
Yeah, siya naman yung may ultimatum sa WBO. Fight him or you lose the belt.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Go Jay, Hollywood, what's up? Go.
Would you ask? How you going, Sir Jerry? So if the Butler and Casimiro don't happen, would Nonito wins with Inoue? Would he go for the undisputed then?
Of course. That's the plan. Right? Now,
But, yeah.
it would be a better fight between
No,
Nonito
kasi po kanina sinabi po may rematch clause kayo eh.
Wala daw. Sabi ni sabi ni Beyond the Ring, wala daw eh.
Whether there is or there isn't, when it happens, okay, Nonito beats Inoue, he will exercise his rematch clause, but it
Yes.
doesn't happen like next week. You know,
Yeah,
it
yes.
Okay, yeah.
probably 3 months, 4 months, 5 months.
Mhm.
It depends. You know, when he
Depends.
gets
No. Ang question ko po, Sir Jerry, because I don't know the situation, pero can you do the rematch clause like lalaban ka muna kay, like he can pick to fight Butler and then do the rematch clause later on? Or does he have to do the rematch clause kaagad?
Well, pag naipasok na nila yung rematch clause, then hold mo na yung kay Butler or anybody for that matter because itataya mo yung belt eh. And what if some fluke
Yeah.
now
Makes
get out
sense.
of belt, right?
Mhm.
So yun ang
Yeah.
ano. That's why when you lose, you have to declare when you want that rematch clause exercised because of that issue. Lumaban yung isa sa ibang kalaban at tatalo, wala na yung ano mo. Wala na
Yeah.
yung
I
chance mo.
guess I'm sorry. I guess the best question is if Nonito wins the fight, would he want the rematch just to have the third fight? You know, because I'm thinking like I'm imagining after the fight when if Nonito wins, during the interview, Inoue is gonna say, okay, I want a rematch. I want a rematch. I was
It
just
depends on how he
wondering
lost.
what
Pag
Nonito would
dinugo yan, wala nang
Yeah.
rematch.
Yeah.
Kung nabugbog yan, wala na.
because there's
Yun
always
ang ano. Yun ang ano.
still because they're even now. They're even. You know, it's just
No.
1-1.
Yeah, they're even as far as I'm concerned, but the physical effect on Inoue
Mhm.
is greater. Even up until now. Even up until now.
Ay,
That broken orbital, that broken nose
Yeah.
is gonna haunt him.
Ma'am Rachel.
Rachel
Wait.
is here.
Hi, ma'am.
Rachel,
Ma'am.
you might wanna elaborate on the no rematch clause you post.
There's no rematch clause. So what that means is they fight, the winner wins. What's good about a no rematch clause is that we don't get stuck into fighting Inoue again. If Nonito's whole point is to become undisputed. It's not to rematch this guy or rematch the WBO champion at the end or whatever. It's to get the win, move on. What's also good
Paul
about
Butler.
that is when you're at this point Paul Butler, but if you especially with the rematch clause, if you see how purses go with trilogies, it's double, triple, quadruple the next time. So it's better for negotiations too, because when you do a rematch clause, you start to go, okay, well, loser gets this, winner gets this. There's no negotiation besides the fact of what the gate was and what the TV and sponsorships were. So from a negotiation standpoint, it's actually better not to have a rematch clause.
Mhm.
Okay.
There you go.
I only have
Okay.
10 minutes, pal.
Yeah, I've already asked everything. I was just gonna follow up on the update on the accreditation for the media for
I asked
Japan.
them.
Al
They
really
said
wants to
they're
go.
going to check because there was something about they said something about the Philippines. They needed to see if it was a hot zone or not. I don't know.
Shucks. It will be
Is it
for
a
sure.
hot
It's the
zone right now? I
Philippines.
don't. You guys haven't even been talking about COVID. You've been talking about the election, so I don't. I think
Well,
everyone
that's
forgot
why
about COVID.
it's after the election. It's gonna come now because election heals the COVID, right?
Yeah.
No COVID during during
Yeah, I
campaign.
think it. Yeah, for sure. It healed it when we had the election. So yeah.
Okay.
But there was someone in there that in the chat that was asking about the suit Nonito was wearing. Nonito wasn't wearing the a weighted vest. A lot of people were like, "Oh my God, he looks slow," because he looks slow with that vest on. That vest actually is an EMS suit. So an EMS suit is, if you think about like Bruce Lee, when Bruce Lee was he put pads on his chest and then his chest would twitch. Do you remember those things? They'd contract your muscles.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bruce Lee had it on his chest and then he would move it to his arms. Then he'd move it wherever else, right? His stomach. There's a lot of people that use it on their stomach. This is a full suit. So he's shadow boxing with his muscle being contracted and pulsating the entire time. So that's why it looks slower, because of the fact that, like, basically it's having you contract and then you're trying to punch against the contractions. So, but no one has it. He's the only one in the world that has it right now. It's FDA approved. It was made in Germany for the soccer players. And I tried it. Jelena tried it. It was pretty much 20 minutes straight and we were all dripping sweat. And then after that, Nonito said he wanted one, so they just gave him one for camp.
Okay. There you go. You have a few more minutes, guys. I'll let you ask Rachel if you have any questions.
Ma'am Raichu, can I ask a question, please? About, because I've always wanted to know this, like, all these years, how does Nonito, because he's not a big unit, but how does he keep that weight, like, how does he sorry, go ahead.
He's not that big of a, I mean, you can ask Powell. Like, he's a skinny guy. Like, his structure is not that big, so of course we keep him away from lifting heavy weights that are slow twitch muscles. He doesn't grow really exponentially big. I think the worst was when, of course, he was at 112. He would go all the way up to 147, 150 after fights because he was eating so much. But now, like yesterday, we went to go eat Japanese at a steakhouse. He ate steak, but he didn't eat, like the rice. So he's just been doing better food choices. And then even if he's not fighting, even if he doesn't have a fight, he's still training, whether it's running or he doesn't run, but it's something in the gym that he's still utilizing his body. So it's creating, the metabolism to keep going, instead of, bloating up to like 150. I haven't seen him at 150 for the longest time.
Wow. Okay.
Even 140
Rachel,
is pretty difficult.
Okay. I get my only question, my last question. I know you have to go. You have training. And our topic today is what else can Nonito Donaire do in his career, can achieve. Of course, we talked about the undisputed. And in the past, when I interviewed Nonito in the Philippines, that's what he wanted. He's been saying that. But from your perspective, okay, do you think if you beat Naoya Inoue, that is because I've said this earlier, that is the hardest fight, and then the rest will be easy. It will be easier to beat Paul Butler, to get the 115, and from the undisputed to the 115 champion is visibly what we think that he can still achieve. But is there anything else that I don't know that you still want to achieve in boxing? Or Nonito?
No, those are the main two. I think you're right about, the Inoue fight, but I don't want to also overlook someone like Chocolatito in the 115, right? He's a veteran as well, future Hall of Famer, very slick, very sturdy. It's interesting to see what's going on in the 115s right now. Rong Basai is fighting soon. He's fighting Bam Rodriguez. So that's another one, right? So, I mean, between those two, those are really the two he wants to. He's been to 122 before. We've talked about going up against Fulton. But that one, he's been to 122. He has that championship. It would just be for fun if that's what he wanted to do.
Okay. The follow-up, in 115, there's two Filipinos that's scheduled to fight for the belt. So, Angkajas scheduled to rematch Martinez. And Nietes ordered to fight Ayoka. Is the Nonito still open to fight the Filipino? Or is it possible to fight Jerwin Angkajas, knowing is it with MP? And then Nietes with the Probellum? Is that something?
You know, I think, like, you know, there's 4 belts. We just want to go after one of them and touch it. If we can avoid taking out one of our own champions in that process, we will. You know, we have to see how those fights play out anyway. And then, you know, like I said, there's 4, so we might as well go after the other 2. Like I said, Chocolatito is a legendary fight between the 2 of them. They're both future Hall of Famers, so
Yeah.
it would be a good, interesting match. I know my girlfriend Jelena doesn't want it because Jelena loves, like, she's friends with both of them. So, but at the same time, Chocolatitos would Tekken, which is, you know, who we're dealing with right now with Inoue. And, you know, Tekken has always been very hospitable to us. They've always taken care of us. All the stuff that happened in Japan wasn't them. It was, I don't know, someone else, like the leggings my dad was saying.
Okay.
You know, that's not going to happen this time.
How about the idea,
the gloves.
Yeah.
How about the idea, Ma'am Rachel, Champ Nonito versus Juan Francisco Estrada, 150?
That's possible too. We've tried to trace Estrada before, though, and their people weren't so keen in fighting Nonito. Of course, they said it has to be for big money because they don't know if Estrada's going to come out of that fight. So, like I said, I think Chocolatito's easier because it's Tekken, and Tekken's just an easier promoter to deal with. They're not, you know, like when Mr. Honda says we're gonna fight, you don't have to, like, even if contracts take a while to get, you can believe Mr. Honda when he says the contract coming, I just have to do this, or that, or when I come back from the US. He'll stick to his word. So that's kind of the reason why I like dealing with Mr. Honda.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel. Any last word? Ang dami ng tanong.
Hopefully
Okay.
na, no, Sir Pao, Ma'am Rachel, Sir Jerry, kung sakali, kung magtagumpay si Champ, tapos yung plano na yun, Nonito Donaire with Chocolatito, at make it happen sa Pilipinas. No? Ganda, no?
That would be good. You know, I mean, I think bringing the fights back to the Philippines, I know the Cebu fight was very memorable for him.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember. Salt Bedak fight.
Yeah. So that was really memorable for him, you know, that outdoor stadium.
20,000.
Yeah.
20,000 dun, eh.
Something like that. I have the video footage, the drone footage we have of that somewhere in the hard drives. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing, you know, to be able to bring back tourism to the Philippines, especially after COVID, would be such a huge thing for Philippine boxing. And I think, you know, a lot of these networks had fallen off with boxing, like showing them on, you know, Prime TV, and I think we need to bring that back.
Okay.
Okay, 60
Silence.
seconds.
I have nothing else to say.
Wala na rin
Me
ako.
too. Yeah.
Maybe you can just share whatever last words you wanted to say.
Okay, yeah. So we're leaving soon. Nonito is sparring 10 today, I think 12 tomorrow, 12 on Friday. And then we have 2 more while we're in Japan. We have a Japanese, one of the 2 of the Japanese fighters that we're sparring. One of them should be Akaho, a 122 pounder, and the second one I'm not sure. But yeah, we're really excited. kind of nervous about packing because, with my dad coming this time, that means if we forget anything, we're kind of screwed. But Tony's coming, I think, a week later. It's different when you go to a different country, like when we go to LA, we're like, okay, whatever we forget, we're not far, or we could just go to Walmart and buy it or whatever. But when you go to a different country, and you forget something essential, like it's a lot harder. So we have COVID tests we have to take on Thursday. And then we have to take another test when we get there. And wait at the airport for 3 hours, from what I understood. You take a test and you have to wait until the test comes back. So really interesting landscape because we haven't done COVID tests like that for a while. But we've game planned, we've sparred, we've done everything that we could for Nonito to be in his best shape. There has not been any COVID this camp. There's not going to be any COVID this camp.
Please don't.
Saying that now. Yeah, I'm saying that now. I'm putting it out there in the universe. We will not get COVID this camp. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll be probably most likely in and out of any our interviews. I think he said this week is the last week for interviews, and then he's done. He has actually not been giving any interviews at all. And the gym's been completely closed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy the fight. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly. Based from what we're hearing.
Yeah. Even just before the weigh-ins is going to be really exciting. The weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Is there going to be an open workout before the fight?
Wait, sabi nyo kasi last question na kayo, tas ngayon nagtatanong kayo
No, it's just...
I don't know if there's going to be a media workout. I haven't seen anything really. I think they're trying to really keep the boxers away from anybody because, main card event, the last thing they want is someone to get COVID the week of the fight, right? So I haven't seen my schedule be packed like it usually is during fight week. So I don't expect very much because they're really strict in Japan.
Sure. I'm sure there will be a virtual media conference. Please include me in the virtual media so that there will be Filipino representations there. But I just wanted to say good luck. We wish you all the best from all of the Filipino boxing fans coming from Powcast Sports. I really do hope that he wins this one. I think if he wins this one, he takes you said you don't want to look past anyone, but I do feel once he take on Naoya Inoue and he wins this one, sky's the limit. He can be undisputed. He can be 115, and all those things. So president, maybe skip on the presidency. Maybe skip on that. You just create an album that's better. Create a music album, but no politics if possible.
Yeah.
Maybe when he gets really older. Here's what I wanted to say. I do want. Marty said here that Nonito can be a commentator. That's for sure. I do want because you mentioned before you want to help Filipino boxing. Maybe you can really try promoting on the local level. There's no money here, but the impact for the Filipino boxing community, and if you can bring local boxing to the TV, that'll be really great. That's what I was really hoping.
Richard was planning on going back to the Philippines with us. So I got to talk to him and see if that's still the plan, that he's going to come with us because I know he wanted to stop there and work on, like I said, the promoters. He wanted to hook up with a local promoter, a local trusted promoter, and then give them the budgeting to be able to put on good fights, right? Help support them financially and then be able to stream it worldwide on their Probellum website. So I'll talk to Richard. I'm sure I'll talk to Richard before we leave. So I'll ask him if that plan is still going through to go, if he still wants to go to the Philippines after. I gotta go. The kids have school. Dad, I'm picking you up 10:45, 11. Sugar's gonna be there too, so it's gonna be a fun little sparring.
Okay. Hey, do you know anything about the broadcast of the fight? Philippines and States?
No, I'm gonna text Kimmy now. She should be awake. It's she's in she's on Japan time, so I'll call her. I'll text her right now.
Okay. Let us know as
Okay.
well where we're gonna be able to watch it. Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, see ya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Oh my goodness, getting a lot of
Wow.
insights right here. So, medyo nagbabago yung pananaw mo, no? When you get different insight.
Yeah.
I actually talked to KJ too.
Kaya ang tawag dyan insider information.
Ah,
Direct from the
Yeah.
horses. Sinabi sa inyo kung ano mangyayari. So walang fake news dito. Lahat yan tunay.
yeah. There
And
you
June
go.
7 is very
And
near.
you heard
too,
it from
you know?
Powcast
Ang lapit na. Kaya nga nagsisimula
Lapit
na
na
ako na puro nito kasi 2 weeks, wala namang ibang Filipino. Usually kasi weekly yung ko pag-hype ko sa mga laban This is the big
But
fight that we're gonna be watching for
Me and my
Filipino.
friends-
Yeah.
Me and my friends are actually excited. It's one of those times then, nothing, there's the feeling of having Nonito Donaire is just the feeling of like having Manny Pacquiao fight,
Yes.
Every time that he fights, kami ng mga barkada ko, we would go to the market, we would buy food, tapos we
Buy
would do
beers,
barbecues and we would
drinks,
drink.
yeah.
We were just glued in front of the TV and we would cheer,
And we
nothing can
gotta all
replace that.
remember Nonito
Yeah.
Donaire. I mean, he's 39, so he may have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we
Yeah.
might wanna just soak
Who
in
knows?
every
Who
fight that we
knows?
can, especially this one, diba? Naoya Inoue, the revenge tour. Eto na.
And big props to Nonito for just going for the unification. At his age, he could choose, maybe a lesser opponent. With all due respect, there's no such thing. Pero a lesser opponent meaning somebody who's not
Chillax
that
lang.
skillful compared to Inoue. With all due respect to the boxers, but he's doing this
Iba
at his age.
Yeah.
And
Iba yung
people
goal niya
should
kasi,
realize
pare.
this. You're making a lot of really, really great sense, pal. We have how many fights does Nonito have left? Nobody knows. Maybe this is the last moments na maybe 4 na lang or maybe 3 last fights. And sometimes we appreciate a certain athlete once they retire, and that's sad. This is the time that we should embrace him, appreciate him, how he
Yes.
made our country proud, So really, I'm really, really excited. And
Thanks, Marty.
this is going to be a really tough fight, but I have faith, just like what I said, I have faith, believe. This is
sure.
tough because my cousin is actually Japanese. Yeah. And he's speaking, of course, in a way, he's half Filipino,
That's
he's half
good.
Japanese, but most of his life.
Maganda yan para may kaaway tayo. Let's invite that Japanese cousin of yours here at a debate. Mas maganda pag may debate. That about boxing, hindi yung wala ka. So, it's as a matter of fact, I'm gonna try and touch base with the Japanese vlogger that invited me when Casimir was
Yeah, you
supposed to
should
fight.
go, pal.
Yeah.
You should go.
But yeah. Anyway, guys,
Are you planning on going to Japan?
I was planning if I can guarantee that I can have an accreditation. So, yung gastos ko na lang yung flight, hindi na ako bibili ng ticket. So, kung may accreditation ako ng media na makakapasok ko doon, asikasuhin ko kagad sana. 1 week daw kasi. 1 week daw yung visa dito sa Japan if there's a way. Ano talaga ako. And I really wanted to go there because I couldn't miss this one. This could be one of the biggest fight already of Nonito Donaire kasi
Absolutely.
hindi natin alam, di ba? Naoya Inoue pa. Tapos nandoon pa may mga Filipino. So, I'm planning if inintay ko lang si Ma'am Rachel kung merong way na ma-accredit ang foreign media.
Yeah.
Pag wala,
If you need help, give me
yun
a call.
lang sir ang kailangan ko. Pag meron lang para pagpunta ko ng Japan Embassy dito, ang punta po yung punta ko, magko-cover po ako as media or kasi bawal daw ang tourist eh.
Yeah, so you're in business. That's fine.
But kung meron akong makuha some certain sort of paper na hindi ako doon mamamasyal, pero mamamasyal talaga ako. Yun ang gagawin ko. May inggit sa akin yung asawa ko at saka anak ko. Pero pag meron. Kung wala, we'll see. We'll just have to cross finger yung Philippine fight.
Yeah.
Dito. Yun lang.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sir Jerry, thank you so much for joining us here. Actually, I want to make this until only 10 o'clock, 8 p.m. here in the Philippines. It's about 9 minutes. We like to talk as much as we can. You know me, I talk a lot, but I'd like to sana akong give you your last message if you have any. Or you have question, Jay, for Sir Jerry? Muna? Nagtaas ka na kamay eh. Pinagdidilata mo ako, sir. He's from Australia, si Jay.
Yeah, nag-freeze yata.
Nag-freeze eh. Sir Jerry, you might wanna say your piece before I end this one.
Okay, well, to everybody that's in the chats side, I'd appreciate all your prayers for Champ Nonito to win this fight his opponent, so that we can go on and follow the road to undisputed, the first Filipino to ever garner that title. So Kako, I'd appreciate it lahat, and if you could watch the fight again, I appreciate it. Every little thing helps. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Salamat, Sir Jerry. Jay, hindi ka masyadong nakapagsalita ngayon. But you wanna say anything? I'm gonna end this because tomorrow I'm gonna wake up early. I have things to do. I feel hype. I feel re-energized for the past few days, weeks. Parang medyo ako eh. I'm dragging myself. But thank you, Jay and Marty, for keeping me company always. Jay, any last thing you wanted to say?
No. Thank you, Sir Jerry. Thank you, Sir Pao. Marty, you the man.
Marty.
Salamat.
Becoming regulars, ha? Go, Marty.
By the way, I want to say again, thank you, Bossing Pao. It's been a lot of fun. For the past few days, I've been coming up here. I'm actually late for work already, but I'm just excited for the fight. I'm very excited for the fight. And Kang Bossing Jerry, sir, you just don't get prayers, but you get our full support. Really, I'm a huge fan of Nonito. As a matter of fact, I'm closer of getting a fan of the family because I see you all the time sa mga live na yan. So, just like what I said, I don't wish, I don't hope, because hope is a beggar, I don't hope that Nonito's going to win because we're begging for that. I believe the guy's going to win, so we should have faith in our boxers. We should be proud. This is the best time to be proud that we have somebody like this. Guys, if Nonito retires, who's going to replace the guy? We have a lot of boxers, we have a lot of prospects, but, prospects are... sometimes are not promising. We can just hope in that sense.
Yeah.
But what we have here is already a gem. We have Nonito already,
Yes.
A pound for pound fighter. We still have him now. So appreciate, and this goes out to the rest of the other backward there. Stop the bashing. Let's embrace the guy. And really appreciate him for what he's doing for our country. Thank you.
Correct.
Very much.
Yes.
Salamat kayo.
Salamat kayo. Thank you so much. And the last word, good luck, Nonito. I know you're gonna win. And i-hype na kita. Puro Nonito flash hanggang sa fight night. I just have to think of creative things to mga topic. But thank you guys. Samahan niyo ako ulit next time. And good morning, good night, good afternoon kung saan mga kayo na doon. My name is Pao Salud. Salamat kay Boss Jerry, kay Marty, kay Jay, at sa lahat po ng sumali. Thank you guys.
Have a good one.
Salamat po. Bye. Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.